preface this by saying, do you know what Isaac Newton claimed was his biggest, best accomplishment in his life? He invented calculus, he invented gravity, optics, forms of mathematical optics. What do you think he claimed was his singular achievement in life?
I don't know.
That he died a virgin. Like he wanted to emulate Jesus Christ. He was incredibly religious. He was a very pious person. And so that's a hint. So he thought very highly of religion, which we'll get to eventually, I'm sure, is one of our cosmogonies, ways to describe how the universe began. But he believed that there were angels. Essentially, like there were these forces, extrasensory forces, that kept things in place so as not to distort the distant universe would not come into collision with the local universe. So it's pretty interesting that these great intellects have these great, kind of blind spots, literally.
But that might not turn out to be a blind spot, and I don't mean that in a religious way, but there's other theories involving like dark matter and dark energy where those could take on the role of what he would call angels, not in a personal or fictional way.
No, that's
but
what
like
the cosmology, exactly. And I like to say that. But I have a video, and the title of it's "What's a Bigger Leap of Faith, God or the Multiverse?" And in that we get into a very, very interesting prediction of one of the cosmogenesis laws. And I don't make a case for God. I'm not really in that game. I don't care what people believe personally. But the point is that there is sort of an element of faith that has to come with all scientific theories, whether people deny it or not. And actually, in the case of the multiverse, the actual creators of the theory of the multiverse say that it is basically an article of faith, but their faith is somehow guided scientifically more than, say, someone who's purely secular when it comes to these theories.
It's interesting because this goes into the area of not what theory is right, but how do you filter theories? So, I always have this belief that if too many things have to conspire to work together,
conspiracy number.
Yeah, a conspiracy number, then it doesn't work. Then it's just a conspiracy it's not real. So like, a great example being 9/11, everybody says, it was planned, they were all crisis actors, whatever. There would have to be thousands of people who were involved and who have magically kept their mouths shut for 20 years. Mm-hmm. So obviously, it's not true.
Right.
And it seems like at some point, some of these theories there's a lot of evidence, like we'll talk about the Big Bang Theory and so on. Some of these things start to veer into, it might be true, nothing's really going against it, and then some things just seem to be like, okay, I'm just pulling a theory out of a hat with nothing to go either direction on it, it's just fiction.
Right. So 100 years ago this year, in 1920, there were a series of debates held at the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. as to whether or not the Milky Way was a galaxy or not. So nowadays, we just take it for granted. We all have that screensaver on our Macs, right, with the galaxy. Don't ask how expensive that picture was to take of the Milky Way galaxy. That is really a long shot. No, that's not the Milky Way galaxy.
Oh. Demons, be gone.
Be gone, demons.
Be gone.
Leave this studio.
Leave this planet.